Most developers use AI like a chatbot, but Claude Code becomes much more powerful when you give it a proper project context. In this video, I'll show you how to set up Claude Code in VS Code, use CLAUDE.md, switch models, use file context correctly, and make your AI response significantly better. So come, let's get started. Alright, so in the previous video, we made a chat with the Angular v21 and .NET Server Center event where we can type, and then in the live chatbot you can interact with the LLM locally, right? So if you look at this, this UI is not really good. I'm gonna tell you how you can utilize this Claude Code by giving a proper context so that this is used to build a wonderful application but at the minimum token. Okay, so I've opened up the project in the Visual Studio Code. Let's just quickly recap. If you go to the extension and search for Claude, you'll see from Anthropic Claude Code, install this. Okay, I've already installed this, and once you've installed this, you can close this, and there'll be some symbol like this, right? This is the splash symbol, the splash symbol. If you click this, you'll see a window like this, right? And if you're new to this Claude, you need to either have a pro plan or a API key. API key is more than enough. For $5 you can learn a lot of stuff. I've already assigned this key properly, and if you have not done, watch my previous video and it will be easy for you to set up. Now let's assume you have the Claude Code. Even if it is API access is more than enough. Now if you look at this window, this is the one where you can search with some action. And if you scroll down, there's something called switch model. You can also switch the model by /model. If you do, this is what will come. You click on it. The default one that I have selected is IQ because for 1 million token, this is just $1 for an input and output is just $2. This is more than enough, right? So I'm going to use this. You can also use Opus or you can use the Sonnet. Okay, so I will use the Sonnet for now. See, once I switch, it's telling you which model it is currently pointing to. Now we should give some context to the AI so that it knows what we want, and instead of blindly giving some bad prompt like fix this code, update this code, what we have to update, what we have to fix, we have to tell that, right? So for example, we know at this point that this application is having this HTML, the app HTML, where everything is here, right? We need to update this, right? So right now it's all pointed to signals. Now we will say with the context, proper context. So in order to give context to this Claude, we are saying, hey, @ app.html. I'm saying this page is having bad UI. Can you update this to rich UI? Now I'm telling focus on this page and update the UI. That's all. So because we are giving this context, it will not read everything. It knows it has to read this, and it is going to find out what it can do, and it is going to update it. Once it updates, right, we will be seeing the updated code automatically. The Claude will be able to write directly here. And I'll tell you some more things as it is developing, right? If you look at this one, there are multiple options. There is a default option called ask the user before it updates anything. This is the default one. You can also allow the Claude to automatically edit it. And the other option is the plan mode. Plan mode is basically before it touches any of your file, it will give you what plan it has, like it is going to do so and so. All of those plans it will tell you. You can review it, you can update the plan, or you can, once you're satisfied with the plan, you can ask Claude to go ahead and fix it. So these are the different modes. Alright, if you look at this, everything is now updated, and let's take a look at the UI. See, the UI now looks much simpler, right? So for example, so if we say something, I'm chatting with the Alama, which is in the local, and say it says thinking, it the UI completely changed, right? While the UI is changed, what we understand here is it was able to directly update the CSS. So you can review this file. See, this is what was the update, and if you look at the HTML, this is what the update. So whenever you make change, if the source code is in the GitHub or any source control, you can see what changes are made and you can always re-verify it. Make sure you blindly don't accept anything from Claude. Always review it. And if you look at this, okay, so now it's flickering. You can even tell this as a problem. This is one of the good concept that we just noticed, right? You see this every time it is streaming, it is flickering. Okay, so which is really bad. So now how do you tell this to Claude to fix it? Now you explain Claude that, hey, so now we are saying, hey, when I tested this, the UI is flickering as the event stream has been read and written in the UI. Can you fix that? So now let's see how the plan mode works. So if I change to plan mode, it is going to do some analysis and it is going to tell you before it touches the code. See, let me explore the relevant files to understand the flickering issue. So we already have given this context, and you're trying to do informations, or the issues based on the follow-up prompt. That's a good prompt. So it's now saying it's going to read some information. I'm investigating. See, this is the plan. It is telling you what it is doing basically. Okay, and then it is reading this information and it is going to come up with a plan. So that is called plan mode. And even if you look at this, the context is added here. See, app.html. This is the context it is dealing with now. Okay, so it is reading. When I mention it is an event stream, it is reading and finding out what event stream I'm referring to. Now it came up with a plan and it is asking whether the plan is okay. Yes, and auto accept, or you want to manually change it, like approve the edits. I'm going to say go ahead and do it, and it's going to execute the plan according to what it has found, implementing all three changes. See, it changed this, the other change, and it's probably going to update the UI as well. And when everything is done, it will refresh, and let's take a look how that is going to look like. Okay, so look at this, it updated it, and let's take a look at this. It just accepted a new client. We just triggered it and now it's not flickering. You see this, it's not flickering. So this is how we will generally use it. So let's recap. You know how to log in. It's either a pro plan or an API request. And if you look at here, you can come here, switch the model, and you can also see whether you want in thinking mode or not. This is like an adaptive thinking. And you can also see whether you want Claude to give full access or go and see the plan mode. And @ symbol is used for the context, proper context. Alright, so I'm going to check in this code and this will be available in the GitHub. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more tech tutorials. And don't forget to hit the bell icon to get notified when we post new videos. If you have any questions or suggestions, leave them in the comments below. Happy coding!